Hi, hello, namaste to all my listeners. I'm your host, Sarthak Varshney, and I welcome you all to the Balls of Steel show, where you get an insight into the business mindset of the entrepreneurs. Dhandho Ni Soch. Our today's guest is Mr. Viraj Patel. Hi, Viraj.
Hi Sarthak, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Enjoying the rains over here. All good.
Oh my god, I wish it was raining here. The weather seems like it will rain, but it's not raining actually. I wish you can send us some rains here.
Mumbai is getting a lot of rains nowadays, so it's pretty good over here. It's beautiful right now.
That's great. I mean, from the summer heat, it's a good relaxation that I would say you're getting right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Nice, nice. Okay, so Viraj, what is the business that you're into because of which we're gonna say that you've got the balls of steel?
So see, we are into a lot of business, and the business
Okay,
what I'm basically into is we do herbal extractions. That is my parent
okay,
business, and the brand what we
okay,
have created and for which I would say that's a kind of an entrepreneurial journey. What I have gone through is
right,
under the name of DOTSHOT,
right.
and DOTSHOT is a drink, anti-hangover drink to be more precise, and
Wow,
it's first of its kind in the liquid shots, and
right.
quite unique to the market. And trust me, it's effective because it's backed up by human clinical trials. So it's a different ball game altogether over here.
Wow. Okay, I am excited right now. I am very excited. I didn't know this thing existed. Thank God. Okay, I'm gonna be your next customer then, for sure.
Anytime, anytime. It's addictive. Once you have it, it's completely natural on top of it, and it's based on the
Wow.
science of turmeric. So
Okay.
it's a very unique drink to make out.
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, then let's get into the journey.
Mhm.
So, Viraj, why don't you tell us everything about your entrepreneurial journey from the very beginning to the current point at which you are in complete detail?
so we come from family owned businesses, and
Okay.
since my childhood days I have been seeing my family people into business. So we are a joint family,
Mm-hmm.
and the businesses are joined together, and
Okay.
it all started with my bachelor's, wherein I've done my bachelor's in chemical engineering, and followed by my stay in US for 2 years for my master's, wherein I've done master's in
Okay.
industrial engineering. And then I thought that let me
Okay.
come back to India and do my family business as well as expand my business. So
Right.
I came over here, I joined my business into the manufacturing units where we manufacture botanical extracts and phytochemicals, which are natural APIs, I would say.
Right.
And
Right.
then we came across this beautiful idea of making anti hangover shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that got us thinking on that, and we thought that let us bring such a kind of a product into India, because there do exist some kind of products overseas, but
Okay.
when we saw if there is any Indian product, then we did not come across many. There were some capsules or tablets which are available, but nothing in the form of a drink. so
Right.
our whole perspective changed, and then we thought that let us formulate something over here, and that is how I started my journey for DOTSHOT. And we started this in 2015, the starting of the journey, wherein we thought over the formulation. The important part is that the raw material what we use, which is effective, which is turmeric
Mm-hmm.
extract, is not water soluble.
Right.
So whenever you put
Right.
turmeric in water, it will settle down at the bottom. So
Right.
but the extract what we are using here is water soluble in nature. So
Okay.
then we got this idea. Then we saw some studies on turmeric extract, and
Mm-hmm.
then we formulated this product. And we made sure that this product is a fun drink kind of a product. It's not like we are prescribing any medicine or something, but it's an
Mm-hmm.
FMCG product, because people should love to have such a product. They should not consider it
Okay.
to be a medicine for your hangover problems, but uh,
Right.
a friend kind of a product that it will help you out when you have hangovers or somewhat hangover symptoms.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting, I would say.
And this took us
Okay.
more than a year to launch the product. And we launched this
Uh-huh.
product in 2016, and
Mm-hmm.
then onwards we have been expanding the business uh, in India as well as overseas.
Okay, okay, okay. That's nice. So that's your journey in pretty short words, I would say. But it's just something, that I don't go by the word term short in my show. So I pick out all the details and mindset so that we can learn from you. Okay, so let's dive deep into this journey, Viraj, and let's start by these things. So you told us that your family, you come from a family business background, and it's a joint family, and you've got all the businesses combined together in the family. So,
Yes.
and you've been looking at the family business from your early ages. So, what was it, that would happen in your family from the very early stages when you were born and brought up, that you would look at that instigated it, everything in you, ki, yaar, that I would also only do business only, and my business will also run on something like that. So, what were those seeds and what was the learning and mindset that developed in you?
So see, we, as I have been saying, that I come from a family business, but not only
Mm-hmm.
that, we come from a joint family. So we all stay together.
Right,
Also, the entire family stays
right.
together. So from my childhood days, I have been seeing my father and my uncle working on different
Uh-huh.
projects, different businesses, and that always keeps me. What do you say? I always find it to be fascinating. Like, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
We all. My father takes care of the construction business, so that's a different ball game
Okay.
altogether. My uncles take
Right,
care of the chemical business, so we are big into chemicals also. So
right.
that also get me going since my childhood days, because I was always fascinated by chemicals, and I thought that sometime, that is why I did my chemical engineering, and I thought that I'll join the chemical
Wow.
business. But
Right.
at that time, we had set up another business which was into the extraction,
Okay.
and I thought that let me join that rather than doing the chemical. This is something new, because
Right.
the nutraceutical and herbal markets are coming up in entire world, as we are seeing now in
Mm-hmm.
COVID times. What's going on?
Right.
We need natural immunity boosters. We need natural products for all kind of stuff. And so
Mm-hmm.
that was an interesting phase from 2011 to 2015-16, wherein I was learning a lot about these products, because I come from an engineering
Okay.
background, and getting into
Right.
the science, the pharmaceutical background is somewhat a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how such a product came to our mind. Also, we always had the focus that someday we will go to B2C. Always we have been doing B2B
Right.
products, and for
Right.
going to B2C, we always had that in mind also, that we have to come up with a unique product. The
Right.
घिसा पीटा regular product is उससे पैसा नहीं बनने वाला, so we needed something new. So
Hmm.
that is why we came up with this product.
Nice, nice, so nice. So, I mean, the fascination has always been there with you, and that fascination, I would say, got rubbed off completely, and that you went on to do the business
Ye-
eventually, right?
right. पहले से
Right,
आई
that's
हैड
nice.
इन माइंड कि यूएस जाना है, यूएस पढ़ना है, बट इवेंचुअली आई ऑलवेज थॉट कि
हाँ,
यार, इतना पढ़ने के बाद अपने देश के लिए कुछ करेंगे तो वापस ही आएंगे. व्हाई शुड आई वर्क ओवर
हाँ,
देयर
हाँ.
एंड स्टे ओवर देयर और पूरा life काम ही करते रहो, वो नहीं होगा.
Right, right. So picking up from this point only, Viraj, I want to know that, when we do business, so now this is a very new question in my mind that when we do business, everyone nowadays know that, for doing business, you don't really need a degree. All you need is a mindset that you can do business,
Right.
right? And it's about you can learn everything for free from the internet, not that you even need to have these courses and pay for the courses or something like that. So coming from a business background, did your parents or did your uncle never tell you this thing? Ki, yaar, you don't really need a degree to get into the business because you have everything set up there. You can directly go and join probably after 12th, or maybe you can learn anything and everything from them. Also, be a college dropout. Also, I mean, there are lots and lots of options in front of you. If I say
Mm,
so,
no, no.
why did you choose to study like properly? That too, masters also and graduation also.
No,
So
also
I want to know that.
I've done my MBA from IIM Bangalore, the Family Business Management courses. So
Wow. ओके, बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ाई करी तो मुझे अब बिल्कुल जानना है लाइक व्हाट इज़ द इंटेंशन बिहाइंड मी स्टडीइंग सो मच?
सी फ्रॉम माय चाइल्डहुड डेज हमारे वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं था कि भैया पैसा है, बिजनेस है, तुम मत पढ़ो, आ जाओ बिजनेस में. देयर वाज नो
राइट,
सच अ concept like that. You have to study,
राइट,
otherwise you will not be given the respectable position in your own company. That was the initial days से ही we had that in mind. और फैमिली ने भी क्लियरली बोला था कि पढ़ाई तो करना ही पड़ेगा. देयर इज नो वे आउट. इफ यू आर नॉट गुड इन स्टडीज और नहीं पढ़ते तो दैट्स अ डिफरेंट बॉल गेम. बट इफ यू आर,
हाँ,
you
हाँ,
have the capacity and if you are not studying just because के तुम्हारे पास पैसा है या बिजनेस है, so that was not
हाँ,
something
हाँ,
they appreciated पहले से ही. and
राइट,
and
राइट,
most of our businesses are more technical, so
हुँ, हुँ,
just sitting on the business you will not be
हुँ,
able
हुँ,
to understand the in-depth technical parts of the business.
राइट,
So
राइट,
इसके लिए and I was good in studies also पहले से. So
हुँ,
I
हुँ,
thought that I do have an opportunity, studies कर लेते हैं, time भी है. अभी business में जाके there was no point. I would have been saturated much earlier and I would have not had the knowledge what I have today about the technical parts.
हुँ, हुँ,
So
राइट,
that was the whole thinking. And today also if I want to even do further studies, my family always
हुँ,
encourages कि नहीं बेटा जाके आओ और कुछ कोर्स करना होता. It's not like
ओह
के
माय
भाई
गॉड!
बिजनेस में बैठ गए तो you have to do business only throughout your life.
राइट, राइट. सो आई मीन ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि you got interest in some other, how should I term that? Artistic sort of business, let's say, media production side, guitar product, music production, sound, और all those different
मेरे
things that exist out there. तो
सी
ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि बेटा वो कर लो या कुछ कर लो?
आई हैव ऑलवेज सीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. ठीक है, तो
ओके,
मैं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से ही पहले से ही आई वाज वेरी फैसिनेटेड कि प्रोडक्शन लाइंस क्या है, प्रोडक्शन कैसे चलता है. इवन इन डॉट शॉट में भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होता ही है प्रोडक्ट्स का. सो
राइट.
मुझे प्रोडक्ट हाथ में पकड़ने को मजा आता है, मतलब प्रोडक्ट हाथ में होना चाहिए. सर्विस इंडस्ट्री में इट्स नॉट माय बॉल गेम बिकॉज आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड प्रॉपर्ली कि प्रोडक्ट कहाँ पे मूव हो रहा है, प्रोडक्ट कैसे मूव हो रहा है.
सर्विस इंडस्ट्री बहुत अलग है उससे.
बहुत अलग है, बहुत अलग
राइट,
है, बहुत डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ. एंड यू हैव टू बी इनोवेटिव ऑल द टाइम. तो
राइट, राइट, राइट. तो आपको मतलब इसीलिए मतलब बचपन से fascination हो गया that मेरे को चाहिए प्रोडक्ट हाथ में देखना है, so that is what you actually eventually created in your life कि
यस.
यार ठीक है, this is what I've dreamt of, this is what I want.
यस. यस.
Nice, 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 nice. That's nice thing, yeah. Okay, so another thing, moving on. Viraj, if I ask this very bluntly, did you ever think of leveraging family businesses for your benefits, or how did you start with this thing? I mean, you've been there in the family business, and malab, I want to know more about this thing because yeah, see, when like as a child, chalo, sab cheezein maaf hoti hain, but as you start entering your 15 and then towards 18 and 20s में जाके every person has a realization that अब मुझे खुद से कुछ करना है. I want my personal identity also, and I should make my own money,
राइट.
right?
राइट.
तो वो सब होता है. तो अब आप मुझे ये बताओ, like you've got everything there, you've everything set up, and you also worked in getting the family business expanded. Then you decided to start with dot shot. So
राइट.
जब आपने dot shot start किया, was it with your own money that you probably earned from your family business, or you had some side incomes, or what did you do? I mean, how did you work around that part?
So
So what were the initial struggles for dot shot?
So see, Dot Shot came in around 2015. That's was an
Right.
idea which came into our mind, and we took some
Hmm.
what do you say? I would be fair. I would be open that we took some what do you say, unsecured loans from our own company to start this business. Okay,
Okay.
because क्या होता है कि you need substantial amount of money. Dot Shot
Right.
जैसा brand create करने के लिए. It's not about just
Right.
sales, but the branding is a bigger
Definitely.
aspect to this. And
Right.
I did save some amount of money, but that was not enough for such a brand to create such a brand. So
Right.
that is how we took some loans from the company, uh,
Okay.
and we started this brand. How to do about this? It was always in a structured
Okay.
manner, but that this much is the
Hmm.
amount which has been given up by the company to this
Hmm.
brand, and we have to
Hmm.
give a proper report every month what is spent, how much
Hmm.
is spent on what things. So it is not that easy. Even if I sit in a family business, the
Uh-huh.
the CAs and all are independent, so they can always ask me questions that कहाँ पैसा गया, कैसे गया, and I have to give them proper explanations. And if it is not proper enough, then I have to change my strategies.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a very proper strategical form. कि it's like भले ही family business है, लेकिन they're like an investor
इन्वेस्टर,
जिन्होंने
अरे वो
आपके
तो पूरा पैसा देखते हैं, यहाँ पे इतना परसेंट परसेंट मिलता है, उससे अच्छा मैं वहां पे डाल दूं तो वहां पे अच्छा परसेंट मिलेगा. इट्स समथिंग
oh my
लाइक.
God. अच्छा, तो यहाँ पे आपको लेवरेज नहीं मिलता घर वालों से
कुछ
कि यार ठीक है
नहीं.
अपना बच्चा कुछ ट्राई कर रहा है करने दो
नहीं
उसको.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. मतलब वो तो पहले से ही दे हैड इन माइंड कि भैया B2C कर रहे हो एंड यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग मनी फ्रॉम द कंपनी, मेक श्योर दैट, बिकॉज B2C वाज समथिंग न्यू टू आवर कंपनी. हम लोग हमेशा वी हैव
Right.
बीन वेरी स्ट्रांग इन B2B, बट B2C कर रहे हो तो भैया उसका पैसा लगेगा एंड यू हैव टू बी आंसरेबल टू व्हाट यू आर स्पेंडिंग. उसके बाद ही दी होल प्रोजेक्ट वाज अप्रूव्ड.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's a nice thing, yeah. I would say. I mean, that's quite eye-opening. I mean, recently I've been talking to family businesses, and this is quite eye-opening for me. कि यार internally भी इतनी, I mean, इतने checks होते हैं, and मैं थोड़ी regular भाषा में बात करता हूँ तो भसड़ होती है, ठीक है? Don't mind that, please. But guys, listeners, you need to understand this thing कि when family businesses are also running, so this is another example for you guys out there that family members they put up a check on their younger generation as well. Ki if they are taking money from us, where is the money going after a certain point in time? So because it's not eventually their money and it's the company's money. And I don't know if every one of you know this or not, but after a certain point company is a different entity altogether and we as individuals and the people who are running as individuals are different entity. सो वो 2 अलग-अलग चीज़ें होती हैं। सो अगर जैसे कंपनियों का भी लॉस होता है, तो कंपनी का लॉस कंपनी झेलती है। दैट डज़न्ट रियली अफेक्ट द पर्सन हू इज़ रनिंग इट, राइट? सो
Right.
इसलिए व्हेन सच थिंग्स हैपन, it becomes very important that company takes care of all the expenditures, and this is what you guys need to understand, that even in family businesses, people are taking care of such things. So I would just say, think before you start making comments on anyone after such point. But we're still going ahead in this in Viraj's journey to know more about this, right? So Viraj, like support was there for you, right? If I would say that when you wanted to start this, or did family show any sort of rejection or something like that? कि यार अभी नहीं घर पे ही कर लो हमारा शादी कर लो ऐसा कुछ हुआ?
नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं था. रिजेक्शन वाज नॉट देयर, बट
हम्म
हमेशा से देयर वाज अ वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट चेक कि क्या कर रहे हैं,
हम्म
कैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रहा है, कितना कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट है. सो आई हैड टू गिव एक्सप्लेनेशंस फॉर ईच एंड एवरीथिंग व्हिच वाज इन्वेस्टेड. और
हम्म
सपोर्ट इन द सेंस दैट फैमिली, देखो फैमिली भी एट द एंड ब्रांड बन रहा है तो वो लोग भी खुश है,
हम्म
क्योंकि कभी ब्रांड तो
राइट
हम लोग ने बनाया ही नहीं था. के पटेल के नाम
हाँ
से,
जी
मतलब ब्रांड कंपनी के नाम से चल रहा था. So now if
राइट
they see a brand, even they are happy कि भाई कोई तो अपना प्रोडक्ट है मार्केट में.
राइट 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 that's great. Yeah, that's great. I like this approach. Okay, so Viraj, अब मुझे एक बात बताओ, like when you wanted to start with this thing, and did you have any sort of fear in you? मतलब although I wouldn't say, मतलब I will say कि risk taking capacity आपके अंदर से inbuilt होगी, वो आपके genes में होगी, right?
Right,
But
right.
still, was there any fear before you were starting dot shot कि चले ना चले fail हो, how will I answer my family or something like that? Was there anything?
ऐसा तो देखो, द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ दिस प्रोडक्ट वाज वेरी न्यू, और अभी भी काफी
Hmm.
न्यू है, इन शॉर्ट 3-4 साल बाद भी.
Right.
सो
Right.
फियर इन द सेंस के वी वर मोर एक्साइटेड रादर देन फियर कि भैया ये प्रोडक्ट कैसे मार्केट में जल्दी लाएंगे.
Right.
फियर तो ऐसा नहीं था, बट फियर गॉट इनटू अस आफ्टर वी लॉन्च द प्रोडक्ट, once the
Hmm.
demonetization and all started. क्योंकि
Okay.
क्योंकि this was something kind of a product जो people कैश में बाय करेंगे, राइट? और
Right.
तो वो तो बाद में ही बाय करेंगे, और तभी तो we started this product just before demonetization, 2 months before.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So,
I mean, I'm getting stories around demonetization a lot from businesses right now.
but that चलो वो तो we'll talk later on that. That also helped us
Right.
reformulate our strategies.
Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. So basically, you have used your problem in a positive manner. The problem that actually not wasn't yours, but for everyone,
Hmm.
you used it in a positive manner and came around it.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's nice. That's really nice. Yeah. Okay. So moving on, Viraj. If I talk about your college life, like a very simple question from the college life, that college life में एक सबका aim होता है that every child wants to do their own stuff and earn some side income or something like that. Did you do anything of that sort? या फिर simple pocket money and then you were good to go? How was
देख
your college life
देखो
around that time?
बैचलर्स में तो मुंबई में आई हैव डन माय केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग, तभी तो
हाँ,
सब मजे ही मजे थे। तभी
right,
इतना नहीं था, बट व्हेन आई वेंट टू यूएस, एंड यूएस
right,
में यू नो दैट व्हेन वी गो टू यूएस ओवरसीज, वहां पे काम करना ही पड़ता है इरिस्पेक्टिवली।
right,
एंड
right.
आई यूज टू वर्क इन कैंटीन में, तो बैक क्या बोलते हैं, बावर्ची की तरह काम करना पड़ता था। पीछे सब्जी काटो, अंडे फोड़ो, वो सब काम किया हुआ है। तो दैट ब्रिंग्स यू अलॉट ऑन द ग्राउंड कि भैया यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है, ये है।
Right.
एंड आई हैव वर्कड अलॉट इन यूएस, ये सब चीजों
हाँ
में
हाँ
ड्यूरिंग माय मास्टर्स कॉलेज के इन कैंपस जो भी जॉब्स रहती है, सो
हाँ जी
और वहाँ पे आई हैव डन अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क, एंड आई हैव आल्सो डन रिसर्च वर्क
ओके
किया है, ये अपना कैंटीन में काम किया है, बाद में किचन में काम किया है, काउंटर्स पे काम किया है, सब काम किया है।
so all when you were doing all this work after having good bachelor's life and then in your masters when you're growing older
हम्म,
and you're doing all these regular jobs, so
हम्म।
what did that instill in you as a person, as a budding entrepreneur, as a future entrepreneur? What did that actually instill in you about life and business?
सी लाइफ के लिए तो इट डिड अ लॉट, बिकॉज मैं अपनी फीस भी भरने लग गया था एक दो सेमेस्टर्स की, सो दैट वाज
Wow,
लाइक
okay,
सेल्फ सेटिस्फैक्शन एट द एंड, कि घर से पैसे नहीं मंगाने पड़ते, एंड यू आर एबल टू पे योर फीस विद द वर्क यू डू। ओके।
right,
and
right,
and business side pe, it opened up my mind, because when I was working in the canteens and when I was working on the counter, I saw a lot of
mm-hmm,
products, innovative। यूएस में तो इतने products है खाने पीने के, और अलग 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 टाइप के,
mm-hmm,
so
right.
it makes you think कि यार ये सब भी बिक सकता है यहाँ पे, तो कुछ भी बिक सकता है। और इतना भी कोई $4-5 देगा एक क्या बोलते हैं एनर्जी बार के लिए, $4-5 मतलब
हाँ,
एट दैट टाइम, मतलब इट वाज 200-300 रुपीज, तो कौन
right,
देगा?
right,
एंड दैट गॉट मी थिंकिंग कि भाई देयर इज अ मार्केट फॉर B2C प्रोडक्ट्स, इट्स जस्ट दैट कि इंडिया
right.
में नहीं है, इंडिया में लाए नहीं है हम लोग, हमारा
Hmm.
थिंकिंग अलग है, तो ठीक है, अपना कंज्यूमर्स का भी थिंकिंग अलग है।
Right, right, right. Definitely. I mean, I like this approach. जैसे आपने उसको देखा, analyze किया. So, would it be right for me to say that starting Dot Shot was some sort of an inspiration gained by you by working in the store, looking at all those experiences?
यस यस, समवॉट आई वुड से, स्पेशली द पैकेजिंग पार्ट, बिकॉज अमेरिका में एक चीज व्हाट आई हैव रियलाइज्ड कि वो लोग कुछ भी प्रोडक्ट बनाए पर पैकेजिंग
हाँ, हाँ.
एकदम 5 स्टार करते हैं। इन शॉर्ट के ऐसा लगता है कि
Okay,
ये प्रोडक्ट तो खाना ही पड़ेगा, तो ही मजा आएगा।
okay.
तो आई रियलाइज कि अपना
Right.
प्रोडक्ट क्यों नहीं चलता है इंडिया में ज्यादा, ओवरसीज में इंडियन
हाँ, हाँ.
प्रोडक्ट्स, क्योंकि पैकेजिंग कभी कभी हम
Right,
लोग वी डोंट पे लॉट ऑफ अटेंशन टू पैकेजिंग, वी ट्राई टू कट डाउन आवर कॉस्ट ऑन पैकेजिंग। ठीक है,
right,
अपना कंज्यूमर मार्केट इज वेरी प्राइस सेंसिटिव, तो वी हैव टू डू दैट, वो कोई
right.
गलत चीज नहीं है। सो आई मेड इट अ पॉइंट कि हम लोग जो भी पैकेजिंग करेंगे इट शुड स्टैंड आउट भैया।
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so if we go ahead in this journey of yours and I ask you ki every journey has its own sets of hiccups and failures when they are doing stuff. So what was your biggest failure or hiccup that came in your entrepreneurial journey,
सबसे बड़ा तो आई
and
वुड
what did it teach you?
see there are few of them I have learned a lot, the biggest I ऐसे तो कुछ नहीं, but the demonetization hurt us badly at that time, because क्या हो गया था,
Right.
we launched the product in September end and demonetization was in
Mhm.
October or November I guess, ऐसा ही कुछ था,
November 8th.
नवंबर का था।
Right.
एंड इन दैट पीरियड
Right.
ऑफ टाइम वी हैड डेवलप्ड द एंटायर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल। ठीक है, कि
Right.
एक तो क्या है कि द प्रोडक्ट इज न्यू, द कॉन्सेप्ट इज न्यू, नोबडी गिव्स यू एडवांस पेमेंट, यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन
r-
कंसाइनमेंट बेसिस, तो माल बिकेगा तो पैसा
right.
आएगा। ecosystem में.
Right.
And we wanted to get this product in the market. Okay. And
Hmm.
there is a lot of cost involved for this product to be marketed, because you have to explain it to the consumer that what does this product do and how does it work, because nobody knows about hangovers. Anti hangover drink तो किसी को समझा भी नहीं रहेगा. In fact, India में
Right.
तो we had a challenge to explain to people what is hangover,
Right.
बिकॉज एवरीबडी थिंक्स के पी के एकदम टुल हो गए तो ही हैंगओवर है, बट उसको उसको हैंगओवर तो बोलते ही है, बट देर आर अदर थोड़े माइनर सिम्टम्स भी होते हैं विच आर ऑल्सो सिमिलर टू हैंगओवर के. सिर दुखना, पेट दुखना, वो सब चीजें भी है आफ्टर अल्कोहल. सो
Right. Right. Right.
we invested heavily in all those promotions in the
Hmm.
period of 1.5 months or something. And we went out to all events, everything, and then this demonetization event happened.
Hmm.
But that did not stop us that year. We then also kept on moving. The sales took a hit, but we thought that we cannot help that. We have to get this product moving. So we did a lot of
Hmm.
marketing then also. We did a sunburn also that year, and
Wow.
Supersonic also was done the next year. So
Okay.
we did a lot of shows. We did a lot of marketing, a lot of awareness campaigns were going on all over India. I mean, to the Mumbai and Pune at that period of time,
Uh-huh.
and then we added Goa into our category,
Okay.
and then we took it to the entire India. So that was the
Wow.
big challenge what I had faced at that time, because the sales were not that great enough what we had projected
Hmm.
initially, but the
Right.
response was great. The people were appreciating the product, they were trying the product, they wanted something such a product. So that kept us motivated that sales आज नहीं है but कल आएगा.
Right. Right, 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 right. I get it. So that's a nice approach, and that's the nice way to deal with. So this was one with the monetization. Anything else apart from this that held you back or give you a huge setback in your journey?
Uh, Not really post that. ये COVID है after that, because COVID में तो what happens is that only the essential things were kept open movement के
Hmm.
लिए. The other things were shut down. So the dot shot was not under essential category products, so we could not sell
Right,
dot shot during that period, and that affected us a
right.
lot since March.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that has been a big problem for us.
Okay, okay. So यार अब मुझे एक चीज पूछनी है आपसे. It's a
Hmm.
very different question that I have. It's that every entrepreneur who's selling a product, ठीक है, either they have their very initial struggles that जहाँ पे product develop करते हैं and फिर उस product को लेके जाते हैं and there's a whole journey to it, right? And now the way I see your journey is like it's more from the business side, right?
Hmm.
कि you definitely didn't have any monetary issue, ठीक है, वो आपने कंपनी से secured loan unsecured loan लिया, आपका सेटअप हो गया, प्रोडक्ट आया, बट the way I can see your personality, it's more like कि यार प्रोडक्ट तो मेरा है, right? See, you
Right.
literally would have had that feeling कि यार ये प्रोडक्ट मैंने डेवलप करवाया है, ठीक है.
ठीक है.
So what was that feeling when you sitting in the office or probably your team got to know that पहला transaction हो गया and you've sold your first product? What was the story behind that and what was that feeling and what was the mindset that you have had then?
बहुत सेटिस्फैक्टरी था. आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द डे कब हुआ था एग्जैक्टली, बट वी
हाँ.
स्टार्टेड ऑनलाइन सेल्स पहले अमेजोन पे. ओके, वी पुट अप
Okay.
द प्रोडक्ट ओवर देयर अमेजोन पे, एंड वी आफ्टर फ्यू, मतलब आफ्टर फ्यू डेज भी नहीं बोल सकता, 2-3 दिन में वी सॉ द फर्स्ट सेल्स. एंड इट वाज वी वर सो हैप्पी कि भैया ये प्रोडक्ट चल गया विदाउट डूइंग मच ऑफ मार्केटिंग अभी
हाँ,
स्टार्टिंग में
हाँ,
ही.
हाँ.
सो हम लोग को तो लगा कि भैया ये तो बहुत ही बिक जाएगा सीधा. एंड इट वाज लाइक सेल्फ अश्योरिंग आल्सो फॉर अस कि ऐसा है.
Right,
And after
right.
that, the we felt much better when the same order was repeated. I mean, the same consumer repeated the order after a month or so, not after a month but after 15 days. So that
Okay.
gives us an assurance कि भैया product is, people have, I mean, that consumer particular has appreciated and approved the product. At the end, the
Right,
consumer matters in this in these categories. If the consumer approves
right.
the product, then it will work.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I can understand it.
क्योंकि
So what was right? Please go ahead.
क्योंकि इसके पीछे we have done a lot of work on the design of the product, the taste of the product, the smell of the product,
Hmm.
the packaging. We have put a lot of effort into that because we wanted to
Uh-huh.
design and have the taste which is Indianized. Indian flavors, Indian
Right.
taste buds को perfect लगना चाहिए. So वो हिसाब से
Right.
we have gone back and forth, and it took us more than a year to develop this product completely.
I can completely understand. I mean, this sounds like a crazy story to me. So I'm gonna ask you, like, from this story, if you have any good instance to quote, which could be, in a very much comedic, or maybe something which makes you happy, or maybe when you look back at it, you're like, oh my God, this is how it got done. If you have some instance, do tell me.
The product design during that season.
Right, right. During that point, when you were doing all that back and forth
so
and finalizing the product
so
and everything.
it was so funny that हम लोग प्रोडक्ट ट्रायल करा रहे थे, ओके,
हाँ
कि
जी.
प्रोडक्ट ट्रायल कैसा करा है. तो प्रोडक्ट ट्रायल के लिए पहले तो लोगों को इकट्ठा करना पड़ता था. वी हैड टू
Right.
वी असेंबल्ड few people in Mumbai, we assembled few people in Delhi, and we assembled few people in Bangalore, okay.
Okay.
और उनके लिए पहले तो दारू पार्टी देनी पड़ती थी.
Okay. Okay.
तो सब लोग आ जाते थे भर भर के कि चलो ये कंपनी दारू
हाँ,
पिला रहा है.
हाँ, 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 ठीक है, ठीक है.
एंड एट दैट टाइम वी हैड टू रिस्ट्रिक्ट कि भैया इतना ही मिलेगा, ठीक है, बिकॉज
अच्छा.
no, I mean to say not because of that, but because we were doing some
हाँ,
scientific study ke this product works after 2 pegs,
right,
या after works after 3
right.
pegs, or works after 4 pegs. So वो सब हम लोग
हाँ, हाँ,
calculations कर रहे
हाँ.
थे वो टाइम पे.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
And it was difficult to hold
Right,
back people कि भैया नहीं, भी I want more. मैं बोला पियो, but let me first have this drink after 4 pegs. कि डॉट शॉट पी लो एक. Tell me
right.
how is the taste,
हाँ,
because the taste when you have it, I mean to say dot shot as a regular product, and once you have it after drinks, after alcohol, it should be
right,
consumable
right,
after alcohol. ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि ये मेरे alcohol को taste को मार रहा है. So we took such things
right,
also in
right,
mind, and the effectiveness of the product.
right,
कि 2 पैक के ऊपर how much effect will it give, 3 पैक्स के ऊपर, 4 पैक्स के ऊपर. So that was our thinking, and that was quite funny for
right.
us because it was a new experience.
तो ऐसा तो किसी का, लाइक, आपके टेस्ट सब्जेक्ट ने नहीं बोला कि बॉस, आप ये पिला तो रहे हो, पर हमारे दारू का खर्चा बढ़वा दोगे? मेरे को पता चला
नहीं,
2 के बाद आपने
अरे.
डॉट शॉट किया.
दारू का खर्चा कंपनी ले रहा था. We were doing that.
नहीं, but otherwise also if a normal consumer comes and says that, like, probably writes a review कि बस हमने 2 पैक पिए, 2 पैक के डॉट शॉट पी लिया, मे बी समथिंग हैड टू हैपन, उसके बाद मेरे को 4 पीने पड़े जिससे कि मुझे बज़ आ जाए मेरी.
No, no,
ऐसा तो
we
कुछ नहीं था?
नहीं, 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 नहीं. We always did not like to promote alcohol. और हम लोग बहुत thin
राइट,
lines
राइट,
पे इस पे काम कर रहे कि we never give out such promotions or everything, even on our online matter, कि whereby it shows कि
हुँ,
we are promoting alcohol. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. We are just saying that
राइट,
it will help your things. I mean to say it will help your hangovers.
राइट, राइट, राइट,
But
राइट, राइट.
this is also very good as a natural daily drink, if you see, because it is made out of turmeric extract, nothing else but turmeric extract.
राइट. So then I guess you have a good market right now because immunity booster के नाम पे हर चीज़ बिक रही है, and
Yes,
क्या-क्या नहीं चल
yes,
रहा है इस वक़्त आयुर्वेदिक मार्केट में, I would say. स्टोरीज़ तो आपने देख ही ली होंगी न्यूज़ पे
yes, yes, yes.
कि कोरोनिल बन के आ गया, सब कुछ हुआ है.
नहीं, नहीं, वही अभी तो these markets will expand a lot अभी तो.
Right, right. The market has to expand. Talking about that, so when you wanted to expand and you're telling us that you export this product overseas and everything. So what were your plans and what were your money management strategies as a company? So what I want to know here is, first of all, as a company, this is a very different entity in terms of your family business also,
Hmm,
right?
correct.
And so what I want to know is, like, what are the money management plans, and you're putting the revenues back, you're giving a percentage to your family business from which you took the loan, and you're expanding also. So are you managing all the money? What are your mindset? What's your mindset behind that money so that the company grows, the money grows? How are you doing that?
So, see, uh, I was saying that ये क्या था अपना demonetization also gave us something good. So
Uh-huh.
this was the fact that this expanded our thoughts के चलो ये इंडिया में demonetization है, वर्ल्ड में तो नहीं है. Let us take
Uh-huh.
this product overseas. क्या होता है देखते हैं. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that time we started marketing this product as a drink in overseas market. Okay,
Okay.
and we got good response from there. And
Right.
but overseas में बहुत it takes a lot of time because they have to register the product, they have to उसका approvals आता है from their FDAs and everything, then they take some trial orders, and it was a long process for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now we are established over there, and we have been
Right.
seeing good movements of products in exports markets. Okay, so right now whatever we are running, we are putting it back into the company
Okay.
to expand our reach into the marketings and distributions within India
Mm-hmm.
as well as in the
Mm-hmm.
overseas market.
Okay. 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 And there's a certain percentage that you give back to the parent company. Is that
Yes,
does that also happen
that does happen at the end of the year. That does happen.
at the end of the year? That does happen. Matlab, it's a good. That's a dividend that you're providing back to the company and taking the
Right,
business family business ahead back and forth.
right, yeah,
That's that's
because
nice. That's
we are
nice.
expanding our product lines also as we move ahead.
Okay. Okay. Expanded product line. That's great. Yeah. Okay. So now another question that I want to ask is here that this is something from the HR perspective. So I don't know, like, if you have faced problems in this part or not, or how was this journey like? So, uh, did you face any issues while hiring people for your company? And you also told us that you were doing scientific tests for your DOTSHOT, right? So you had to hire scientists also and pay them
Right.
also, and everything of that sort had to happen.
Yeah.
So, did any experience happen there which opened your eyes? Because I don't think so that you were into hiring before and personally hiring for your company, something like that. So, ऐसा कुछ हुआ? What did it instill in you? What did it teach you? Tell me that.
I've come across we have been hiring for our B2B business. वो तो ठीक है, उसमें
Right.
everything is
हाँ.
under our control. यहाँ पे तो क्या है कि
Right.
B2C में people are on the field of the field, कौन सच बोलता है कौन झूठ बोलता है, it's a gray area.
Right.
So I have had a lot of experience ये सब चीज में, डेली सॉर्टिंग करना, सॉर्ट विद आवर पीपल के क्या हुआ, व्हाट इज द सेल्स, वेयर वर यू, वो सब तो चलता रहा.
Right.
And it did open my eyes on the front that it is not that easy to work on the field in the sun, रोज यहाँ से वहाँ
Right.
घूमना. I also used to go initially with my sales people just to get a feel of
Mm-hmm.
it कि कैसे कहाँ पे कौन से areas में materials they are placing, because it is critical.
Mm-hmm.
This product is not
Right.
10-15 रुपए वाला product नहीं है. So this,
Mm-hmm.
if they put it in a low value shops or low valued areas,
Mm-hmm.
then the pickup from
Right.
that area will not be justifiable. It will not pick up from
Right.
there, and eventually the
Right.
company has to take back the product. तो वो सब नहीं
Mm-hmm.
चलेगा. So I used to go with them initially कि कौन से एरिया में यू आर पुटिंग, कौन से टाइप के स्टोर्स है, कहाँ पे है, हाउ डू यू डील विद देम, कैसे उसका फ्लो है. So it did help me a lot to understand the entire distribution channel for a product.
Okay. Okay.
एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर से कैसे मूव होता है, सुपर स्टॉकिस्ट से कैसे मूव होता है, बाद में मार्केटिंग्स क्या करना है, ऑन इन शॉप ब्रांडिंग क्या करना है. सो आई वॉज पर्सनली इन्वॉल्व, आई एम स्टिल पर्सनली इन्वॉल्व इन मेनी ऑफ द स्टफ कि कैसे कैसे हाउ कैन
Mm-hmm.
वी प्रमोट आवर प्रोडक्ट इन अ बेटर वे so that the consumer
Mm-hmm.
can see the product and buy the product at the end.
Right. 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 So, I guess it would be right for me to say that. You have used your knowledge and you've also done a lot of groundwork in terms of getting things ahead and getting things rolling and taking all the experiences from that side so that things happen the very right way. And I don't know if there's anything missing from in terms of your groundwork because जहाँ तक मैं समझ सकता हूँ अभी तक आपके business को like setting up the business आपने सारा काम किया ही होगा, getting the scientists, getting all those
Yes,
chemical
yes,
engineering knowledge of yours, putting it out there, getting all those containers and that stuff, which I have no clue what they are made of or whatever the shit that happens there. So, it's right for me to say कि आपने सारा groundwork कर दिया है and you have got experience from every nitty gritty of it, and then you know what
yes.
you are doing.
Yes, yes. Pune level पे, Mumbai level पे, Goa level पे, we used to go. I myself used to go
Uh-huh.
with my sales people and understand कि
Mm-hmm.
कैसे प्रोडक्ट को मूव करना है, क्या डिफिकल्टीज आ रही है. इनिशियली
Mm-hmm.
इनिशियली तो आई वाज लाइक मतलब जीरो से ही कंपनी चालू करना है. सो आई वाज हायरिंग पीपल ऑन माय ओन आल्सो कि सेल का
Mm-hmm.
लोएस्ट लेवल का सेल्स ऑफिसर को भी कैसे हायर करना है, हाउ टू ट्रेन देम, क्या बोलना है. वी हैड दैट स्पीच रिटन कि कैसे प्रमोट करना है प्रोडक्ट को. So everything was
Right,
done and everything was built up from there.
Right. That's nice. अब मुझे आपसे एक सवाल पूछना है यहाँ पे that Viraj, since you've been doing this from the very scratch and सब कुछ आपने किया है, so at every point of time, every kind of business some needs some sort of mentor,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Some entrepreneurs look up to books, some entrepreneurs, many businesses have advisors and everything. So who has been your advisor and who has been your mentor for this business, and how did you deal with that?
So I my advisor for this business has been my uncle, Mr. Hitesh Patel,
Okay,
and
right.
he has guided me a lot on how to do this product and what can be done and how can we move these products and
Right.
how to come up with the idea, how to manage the cash flows and everything I learned from him for this business particularly.
Okay. And what about the other things where there are times when you are hit emotionally with some sort of problem in the business and all that stuff. So how did you deal with those problems? कभी होता है ना
So
पार्टनरशिप में इश्यूज आ गए कभी कुछ कहीं हो गया एंड यू जस्ट वांट टू बर्स्ट आउट या you're not able to get it what is the justifiable thing. It's not a you know SOP that you can go around with. So तब आपने क्या किया? Who did you go for advice then?
वैसा तो कुछ मुझे ज़्यादा नहीं आया है बट या मेरे फ्रेंड्स भी है काफ़ी सो आई हैव बीन वेरी क्लोज टू टू ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स एंड
Right.
वी ऑलवेज कीप ऑन डिस्कसिंग कि क्या है कैसे कर सकते हैं और आई यूज टू टॉक टू देम ओनली कि ये यार ये ऐसा हो गया अभी क्या करें ये दिमाग ख़राब हो रहा है ये करना है
Right.
सो
Right.
आई नो कि मुझे कुछ फीडबैक ज़्यादा वैल्यूएबल नहीं मिलने वाला बिकॉज दे आर नॉट फ्रॉम दैट फील्ड बट एटलीस्ट मन की शांति हो जाती है कि चलो यार दिस इज डन और बाद में सोचेंगे क्या करना है
Right. I get it. Okay, so there's another question that comes up. Acha, हाँ, before I ask that question, there's this question. Are you into reading books or not? I mean,
यस आई डू रीड बुक्स अ लॉट करंटली थोड़ा कम है
okay,
बट आई यूज टू रीड बुक्स अ लॉट थोड़ा 2-3 years back now also I keep on
right.
reading but now the length is one book a month or something like that.
Okay. And what kind of books do you like?
Uh, ऐसे तो I like books which has I mean to say I used to initially read production के books not the
हाँ,
not the मतलब ये educational books नहीं but there are certain books which has stories in it along with the productions. After that
okay,
I like to read a bit of our spiritual books also. uh,
okay.
Devdutt Patnaik की books हो गई. So I used to like
Mm-hmm,
I still read some of his books whenever I get a chance, just
mm-hmm,
because this is my personal interest that I want to know how the what happens and everything. And
right.
besides that, I like to read some of the what do you say uh, interesting books. And so currently, I just read a book, Bottle of Lies,
Okay.
and it's based on
Mm-hmm,
Indian pharma industry. What do they do and
right.
how do they do it? And
Right.
very interesting book. So I like to read such
Okay.
kind of books, not the
That's nice.
normal
That's nice.
motivative books or anything, but I like to read books
Okay.
which has a story in it.
And do you think that they help you in your business?
They do. Some of them do.
And what kind of mindset do they instill in you? Like, give me some one instance, pick up from any of the book,
Uh,
and what did it instill in you that you have, applied in your business and got better at it?
not into my B2C business, मतलब डॉट शॉट में नहीं, but into my B2B business में it does help me a lot. Many of the books.
Mm,
And in
right,
B2C also, I was reading this book, The CEO Factory. Uh,
right,
that is on the basis of the HUL, all the HUL managers and all. And that
right.
gives you an eye-opening thing of how the HUL managers, they are given ground level training and then they come up to a level of a manager or the GMs and all. But initial,
Okay,
they have to go to the ground levels, to the villages and see how their product works. So that
okay,
was an
okay.
eye-opening thing for me because even HUL kind of a company does that. And
Right.
majority of the managers in this industry of FMCG are
Mhm.
HUL guys. At any point of
Right,
time, they've worked in HUL.
right. Perfect. Okay, so now my next question is, Viraj. I mean, you would definitely know this that in every person's life or in general also there are two kinds of problems: no money problem and more money problem. Okay, so नॉर्मल आम आदमी की जिंदगी तो नो मनी प्रॉब्लम पे चलती है कि दो वक्त का खाना मिल जाए एंड एवरीथिंग हैपेंस, बट सिंस यू कमिंग फ्रॉम बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड, बिजनेस फैमिली बैकग्राउंड, मतलब I don't think so you would be having no money problem. So you probably would having more money problem, if I'm not wrong to say that. So if this happens there, how do you deal with this problem? Because there's a good tactical way that families deal with this. So I want to have
So
more insight on that.
सी ऐसा नहीं है, इवन दो वी कम फ्रॉम अ फैमिली वहाँ पे पैसे की मतलब गॉड्स ग्रेस से, भगवान की दया से देयर इज नो सच इशू, बट वी हैव ऑलवेज बीन
Uh-huh.
ग्राउंडेड इन आवर लाइफ. So
Right.
my grandfather always used to say कि simple living, high thinking, and that is what we still follow. We don't show off
Okay.
much. We stay on the ground कि पता है कि कुछ लेके नहीं जाने वाले, पैसा तो यहाँ पे ही रहने वाला है. So it's better के not to live a jazzy life. So we tend to live normal lives, very
Right.
very what you say, on the grounds, with our feet always on the
Mhm.
grounds.
Right. But how do you matlab, what I intend to ask from this question is, there's a way you manage the money. I mean, right. So but I want you to basically link this question along with the MBA that you did in the family business,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And tell me that, what is the money management that you learned? Because that is very important, even for other people, or maybe those listeners who come from a family business background and they want to be future entrepreneurs. This will definitely be an eye opener for them.
See, for money management, I
Hmm.
on my personal level, you mean to say, on my personal
No, no,
life,
on
how
a
do I
on a on
manage?
a on 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 a on a business, on a family business level, because as you told us that
Hmm.
it's a complete family business. They're B
Yes,
two
yes.
B, they're B two
So,
C, so multiple businesses are there, and everything needs to happen. So how does that happen?
so
How
see,
does the
in the
money management in the family happen? Right.
money management, we always work as per the. For example, for DOTSHOT, we initially worked as per the project reports, the project what
Okay.
we had designed, how to bring in
Mm-hmm.
this product, the money
Mm-hmm.
which was involved in the product at each stage was
Hmm.
defined. Okay, marketing mein we'll be
Okay.
spending this much, on the sales and distribution we'll be spending this much, on the product designing
Mm-hmm.
and all we'll be spending this much. Then we got
Mm-hmm.
a total sum of the money, and we
Mm-hmm.
took the money on the requirement basis as it is required, not extra
Okay.
money, and give each and every justification after the usage of money कि कहाँ कहाँ पे यूज
Okay.
हुआ है every money, along with the proper bills and invoices and everything. So
Right.
ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ भी हवा में कहीं पे भी मनी चला गया और हम लोग को नहीं पता, बट एवरीथिंग वाज
Mm-hmm.
कैलकुलेटेड फॉर.
No, that I completely agree. That is perfectly fine. But there's this business and investment curve. There's a business and investment quadrant that eventually a businessman turns into an investor. I mean, lots of times, right?
Yes,
And when you talk
yes.
about families also, they start investing. Matlab, not every family member is not going to work their whole life even in a business, or because that is tiring, right? So it's like you set up one business, then you invest into another
Yes,
business, you invest
so
into another business. Along
so
with that, you've got other
other
investments.
in
So that is so. What is the kind of management that your happens in your family, and probably you also do? Let's say DOTSHOT has been one investment from your family, right? It
right.
is showing its results.
Hmm.
And for example, let's say ki on a personal level basis, or and maybe on a B2B and from the B2C side, you also make some investments. It could be real estate, it could be stocks, it could be
Hmm.
trades,
Hmm.
it could be anything. So how do you do that? Do you do that or not? And if you do that, what are your plans with that?
See, I do not do that. I do not invest in the other fields.
Hmm.
I invested back into my own business. Okay.
Okay.
In the extraction business, the
Hmm.
B2B business, or in the B2C
Right.
business. See, since we know that how the distribution and all works now,
Right.
now
Right.
we are thinking of launching new products which are already designed and already ready to go. But
Right.
on the perspective of, okay, this is purely a investment kind of ideology. Okay, we are investing this
Yes.
some amount and we'll be expecting this some amount finally. And
Right.
उसके लिए
Right.
हम लोग को कितना क्या marketing या sales effort करना है, that has already
Hmm.
been designed for these products.
Okay.
Dot shot में we did
Right.
not have that formula के how much we will get out of it at the end.
Hmm. Hmm.
सो दिस हैज ओपनड अप आवर माइंड कि इसको कैसे लेके जाना है, कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करना है कि नहीं करना है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल करना है तो कौन से
Right.
लेवल पे अटका देना है. So it's more of now we are thinking about the other products more on the monetary basis.
Okay. Okay. I get it. So that, but basically, then we can definitely call that the investor mindset, right?
Yes, yes,
It
yes.
has started kicking in, and business, so because business is running, you need to expand it in all, by all means, be it investment, increasing sales, getting new product lines, and all those stuff.
Yes, yes,
Perfect,
definitely.
perfect. Okay, so now another thing that I want to ask is that, Viraj, if I talk about you personally, how would you call yourself? Are you a money-minded person or not?
No, no, I don't think I'm a money-minded person.
How do you
वो तो
justify that?
दूसरों को ही पता चलेगा. But as per me, I am not money-minded as such.
Okay, so मतलब, why do you say so? I mean, because you don't care about the money, या फिर there's some other things that you want wish to do with the money, or what is it?
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. मनी मतलब आई डोंट केयर. मनी यू हैव टू केयर. लक्ष्मी है तो ठीक है, वरना चली जाएगी. So you have to care
Right,
about the money, but at the
right.
same time I know that अगर पैसे कम भी हो, so how to live your life. ऐसा नहीं है कि कल से सब कुछ खत्म हो गया तो you don't have that training.
Hmm.
So I tend to live what, as I told you, a very simple life. मेरा कुछ
Hmm,
ज़्यादा,
hmm, hmm.
हम लोग शो शाइनिंग नहीं है, खर्चा इतना नहीं है. So it is
Right.
fine. और सब चीज़ में we don't talk about money. Even in the family we don't talk about
Uh-huh.
money much.
Hmm.
Rather than that we talk about a lot of other things.
Right, 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 right. That's another way. And are you guys into, CSR kind of activities, or maybe giving activities, helping poor or something like that with your company, or something of that sort?
Yes, yes, yes. We have our own CSR, what you say, organization under the
Mm-hmm.
name of my great grandfather, K. Patel.
Right,
And we
right.
do a lot of CSR activities like in the industrial area, wherever we have our industries, factories,
Uh-huh.
we
Right.
do fund a lot of schools nearby for education, because our primary objective in our CSR has always been education. How to uplift the
Okay.
local people from there rather than investing
Right.
anywhere. Our
Mm-hmm.
ideology has been कि बच्चे जो next future में आएंगे, they should be more
Mm-hmm.
skilled, and उनके पास they should be more aware to the what do you say, the world, because when you go to the
Mm-hmm.
villages they
Right.
hardly have any facilities over there. So we provide them with facilities such as computer labs, vocational training labs. uh, there are a lot of other events also which we do a lot. Like there is
Mm-hmm.
one unique thing what one of our company runs is I don't know, it's in Hindi called Garbh Sanskar Kendra. So
Okay.
it's
I
for the
get it.
pregnant women. So
Right.
there is we have actively done a lot of participation and in such kind of activities, that we think that the from the womb only the development of a child begins. And
Right.
we want to make sure that the lower level people do not miss that opportunity, and
Mm-hmm.
they get good food and good training on that behalf.
Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Okay. That's nice. ठीक है. तो अब मुझे एक बिकॉज़ यहाँ पे स्टोरीज़ थोड़ी-सी कम हुई है, एंड आई डोंट वांट, हमारे शो पे स्टोरीज़ ना हो, बिकॉज़ द स्टोरीज़ टीच अ लॉट. सो यू ऑलरेडी टोल्ड अस वन स्टोरी फ्रॉम द टेस्टिंग इंस्टेंस. आई वांट टू हैव अनदर स्टोरी फ्रॉम you, or instance which has like always been there with you, or maybe it could be from any part. It could be B2B, B2C, family, which has given you a huge lesson out there which you apply all through your life. It could be, पापा से डाँट खाना, अंकल से डाँट खाना, गलत इन्वेस्टमेंट कर देना, गलत जगह कुछ भी कर देना. I mean, it could be anything. So what have you done, or what has happened with you? You have experienced that, that can teach us something.
थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है तू ऐसे कुछ अचानक से. I don't get, but I would say that recently I mean, it is not recently I would say, but we do a lot of exhibitions in US,
Mm-hmm.
and for our B2B business, not for our B2C
Right,
businesses. And for our
right.
B2B business we do keep on traveling to US a lot.
Uh-huh.
And in that one of the instances, initially I was very मतलब चल यार मैं ही I am from US ऐसे करके I was thinking कि मैंने business join किया and I am studied in US, so I know US people better than my uncles know them.
Right.
I know how to talk to them. तो वो सब चीजें दिमाग में था and full of confidence, but technical knowledge कभी तो कुछ ज्यादा था नहीं. What is the product? Everything. And then
Right.
I was in one of the exhibitions and I was talking to one of the US guys and full on
Right.
मतलब I was talking on के क्या है अपना, they are big football fans in US.
Right. Right.
So, and at that time, I had some knowledge about football because I just passed out from my
Mhm.
masters. So,
Right.
I was talking on to them कि ये football game was very nice. ये and all of a sudden थोड़ा बात हुआ and then he started asking me technical questions and I was like
Okay.
अभी क्या जवाब दूँ? क्योंकि at that point of time I was uh, I was not that involved in that.
Right.
And
Hmm.
that time my uncles were just standing over there and smiling at me. अब बोल दे.
That's that's a good one. फिर what did you learn out of it? What did it teach you?
I भैया technical knowledge के बिना in such kind of field you cannot talk to people first of all, and secondly
Right.
you should not ignore the experience of other people. उनसे तो you have to learn from them. ऐसे कर दिखा के सब no use.
अच्छा तो इस बात पे पता है from this only I've got a good question ठीक है
हम्म.
which happens in all the businesses right and उसमें एक चीज होती है इट्स अ वेरी बिजनेसी थिंग ठीक है जो हर बिजनेस वाला करता है आई वुडंट से कि या मैं नहीं करता या कोई और नहीं करता हर कोई करता है ठीक है तो
हम्म.
इट्स लाइक व्हेन यू नो कि बॉस सामने वाले को ये चीज नहीं पता होगी ठीक है
हम्म.
आप खुले मुंह जाते हो ठीक है
हम्म.
आपको पता है दैट इवन इफ यू नो 2% ऑफ इट यू नो यू कैन मेक अ 20 or maybe a 50%. Being an engineer, you would definitely know that, right?
Right,
How
right,
to how to do that. But when it comes to the real person, technical thing, suppose let's say if you would go to a scientist who's dealing with your product, then you wouldn't do that, right?
right.
So, there's anything that you learned from this part and you applied to this thing, and if any, is there any other instance which has happened in the business like this?
So
Do
after
you
this,
have
so I've been very
right?
thorough with my technical knowledge
Hmm.
for this part of my business कि मुझे सब कुछ in and out
Right,
अभी तो पता है and
right,
अभी तो मुझे ऐसे कोई issue आता नहीं है and whenever अभी तो क्या है कि these things constantly change, so there are new products which come into lines and the old products are moved out. So whenever now I have
right.
to study a new product, I start from the base कि उसका क्या
Okay,
है पूरा, not only technical but I also, since my master's is in industrial engineering, so I always have that key of supply chain कि माल कहाँ से मिलेगा कैसे
okay,
इसको मूव करेंगे and I go to that depth
hmm
also. So everything is
okay,
controlled by me. So मुझे एक बार I like to take a feel of the movement of the goods once from the ground level
hmm
till the customer receives the goods.
nice. And what about the review section? What is the strategy in your company that takes care of the review sessions? कि यार ठीक customer product पहुंच गया, but now customer service is also a huge problem for many companies, and
Right.
that also needs to be taken care. So how do you do that?
So that is done. I mean to say for B2B business you are asking or the B2C
नहीं
business?
नहीं for dot shot.
डॉट शॉट के लिए तो once my whenever the consumer receives my goods online, for example,
Hmm.
we have
Hmm.
that review system. I mean to say wherein if the customer does not buy the product again, then
Hmm.
we ask them politely that what happened, did you find the
Hmm.
product to be effective, or did you what was your point? So there are many reviews that some of them might not like the product, definitely. Some
Hmm.
of them were getting the product from the nearby areas. Okay,
Okay.
because since our distribution have expanded in many cities now, so they were getting it
Hmm.
from the nearby area. So that's the case. And some of them, like they might buy a pack of 24, so they still
Okay.
have some few bottles left with them, so उसके बाद वो लोग मंगाएंगे, तो वो सब भी चलता रहता है.
Okay. 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 Okay.
But
That's
we
nice.
have a
That's nice.
dedicated team who looks into that and they keep a check, okay, what is the situation.
Right. 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 Okay. So, firstly, I want to confirm this thing. You're a pure Gujarati, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. Now I can ask you this question. Okay. So this is maybe this could be a funny question to you, but if you look at the tagline, it's Dhandho Ni Soch, right?
And then the
And Dhandho Ni Soch is completely Gujarati, right? So I want to know this key. What is your Dhandho Ni Soch? When we talk about you as a businessman, what is your Dhandho Ni Soch, and how do you go about it in your life?
So my धंधो नहीं सोच is like I would say simple पैसा बनना चाहिए कोई भी प्रोडक्ट बनाओ कोई भी बिजनेस करो ठीक है
Hmm.
एट द एंड
Hmm.
अभी तो ठीक है बट एट द एंड पैसा बनना चाहिए दैट इज द सिंपलेस्ट थिंग व्हाट आई थिंक whenever I take up a project कि इसमें what am I earning और what is the company going to earn out of this कि
Right.
इसका कोई फ्यूचर है कि नहीं देर आर मेनी
Hmm.
डिप्लीटिंग प्रोडक्ट्स तो उसमें हाथ डालना है कि नहीं देर आर मेनी एक्सपैंडिंग प्रोडक्ट्स तो उसमें हाथ डालना है कि नहीं so we have always been having a futuristic soch for all the products what we go into.
Right, 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 right. Perfect. So I don't think so. With that said, I'm left with much questions to ask you. Okay.
Mhm.
So the other thing that I'm gonna ask is if you wanna give out some business mantra to our listeners, what would that be?
Uh, Focus on the things what you're doing. That would be the basic
Hmm.
business mantra. That focus on one thing at a time, then go move
Hmm.
on to the other thing. And the second is that think calmly. Things will work out. You don't have to rush into things or do take decisions which you have to then think over it at a later stage. Those would be the two
Right.
things what I would ask them to do.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay. So there's one more thing, Viraj, that we do at our show before we, end the show. It's that we ask our guest to recommend us another entrepreneur whom you think has got that inspirational journey and whom we should call on the show and talk to them about their journey. So, whom would you recommend that we call?
So this is a friend of mine. We used to study together in the IIM Bangalore, and after
Okay,
that, he started a very interesting company. His name is Anirudh
okay,
Rathi,
okay,
and the company which he started was Sofa Clinic.
okay,
And he also comes from a family business background, but his entrepreneurial journey is somewhat unique because this service industry of what he started, the Sofa Clinic, wherein he was offering sofa cleaning services or sofa repairing services.
right.
And that was something which got me thinking because I have not heard about something like that before. कि ऐसा भी
Hmm.
कोई, you can create a business out of that. That was something new for us. And he's doing good. He's
Right.
doing pretty good in Bangalore, Mumbai, various areas. And
Hmm.
it's good for him. So you,
That's nice. That's nice. Then I'll make sure that he comes on the show, and I'll request you to help me connect with him so that he's here and we're able to interview him. And I'll make sure that you both have each other's podcast link to listen to, and give me some feedbacks probably on that, and give our listeners also feedback. Right. So with that said, we are towards at the end of the podcast. Not towards. We are at the end of the podcast, and I want to say that. Guys, this was Viraj Patel with us, the founder, director at DOTSHOT. And it's an amazing thing that has come out. And honestly, I didn't know about it yet. I am definitely going to try the product. The major thing that I want to point out is, again, one of the very basic thing that I have been repeating on my podcast time and again, observation. That is something that you have to pick up from Viraj, because number one, he picked up the dot shot idea from by working at the store, looking at the customers and the American brands, that that they are able to sell anything, and they're coming up with new products every point of time. So you need to be very, very, very observant in all those things. And that with that said, he has also used a study, and with he has used a study, and he studies everything in detail. कहते हैं ना, अब विराट को कीड़ा हो गया वाला कि विराट को ग्राउंड वर्क से सब कुछ ऊपर तक चाहिए. So when a person has all these stuff in him, right, you can never say that he has leveraged the family business. He has, यार देखो, अब कुछ चीजें you can't help it, I would say. I mean, uh, you wouldn't go and talk to the guy and tell him, "यार तू अंबानी क्यों पैदा हुआ?" Let's say तू टाटा से क्यों पैदा हुआ? That's the most shittiest thing to say. The point that arises is, how is that person using those resources? Is it in a good manner? Is it in a bad manner? And I'm lucky enough that every person I am interviewing has used the resources in a very, very good manner. They have come up, they have their own stands at which they are standing, and they've got their own life out there, out of it. Not, I wouldn't say that, they've gone on the opposite direction side. So that is something you really need to pick up from Viraj and develop that kida and passion to know everything, even if you've got money with you. That with that said, yes. And anything else do you want to add about Dot Shot Viraj that I might have missed?
Just try out the product, guys, and let me know कैसा लगता है.
Right. And I'll try and see. Viraj, can we have some discount code or something if that's possible for the listeners, or would you like to give it to me later, which I can put in the codes notes or something?
I'll give it to you later. I do have some
Okay,
discount code, but I'll give it to you later. I don't know.
that's great. That's great, guys. Then I've got a deal with Viraj right now on the show that I'll get your discount code, and I'll make sure that the discount is with there in the show notes. And use the discount code. Do try the drink, and help yourself with the hangover. It can help you, your dates or anything. I don't know. I'm just telling you. Maybe रात को जब पी के आओगे, पापा से बचना है, मम्मी से बचना है. It's your way out, I would say.
Mm,
ठीक है.
Not only hangovers, but you can use it as a health drink. So it's up to you guys.
Yes, that's important to say. That's very important to say. Immunity booster चाहिए आज कोरोना में बचा लेना खुद को. With
Uh,
that said, I want to thank you so much, Viraj, for taking out time and coming on the show and giving us insight into your Dhandho Ni Soch. It was really, really insightful talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarthak. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that you're able to take back something insightful from this podcast and apply it in your life to be a better version of yourself and add to your Dhandho Ni Soch. If you know someone whom you think should feature on my podcast and has a very inspiring entrepreneurial journey, then do drop me a DM on my Instagram, SarthakVarshney. Sarthak Varshney. Yeah, that's me. I'm the founder of SV Clicks, and SV Clicks is the producer of this show. You can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn as well with the same name. If you're willing to listen to more of such unheard, inspiring stories of the entrepreneurs, then don't forget to follow us by pressing that follow button on your podcast screen. Thank you for being such an amazing audience. Keep learning, keep growing. We'll be back soon. See ya.